Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. What am I going to do today? Here's 3 existing light switches. And I talked to Momi, and yes, she wants me to put a dimmer switch in. I'm going to put a dimmer switch in this particular light switch here. When you turn that one on, all of the can lights up in the ceiling in this recreational room are controlled on that light switch. And I've already turned the switch off at the breaker, and this middle switch was for the ceiling fan right there. That was on before, and it's slowly creeping down to stopping. So I know there's no power in this box. Okay, so now I can comfortably work on taking this out. And I've also noticed too where this light switch cover plate is. See the mark over here on the side? I don't know if you can see that too well. Let's zoom you in. See that? It looks like the cover plate, maybe I can slide it over. Some people will see that, oh, no problem, I'll just put some white caulking on there and call it good. Then you see the white caulking because the paint, if your wall's not white, your caulking's going to show. And maybe it was just a matter of taking this light switch cover plate off and moving all the switches over about 1/8 of an inch this way, and that'll be covered up. And in fact, I think once upon a time that might have happened. We'll see. We'll see what happens when we take this cover plate off. If there's a mark over here, maybe I can't move it all the way over there without then having a line over here. But my guess is that there's paint underneath this cover plate from when they initially painted before they put the cover plates on. And I'll bet you I can slide that over this way and make it look like you've never have noticed it, and then I won't have to put any caulking on there. If I put caulking on there now, this wall is not painted white. I'd then have to wait for this caulking to dry. Then I'd have to get my paint out if I had the matching paint for this. If you don't, that's another issue too, right? So we'll look at that in a minute. So I've got the oh, I didn't have that zoomed out. Sorry about that. I was saying that this paint here might be on up underneath this cover plate. So when I slide everything, once I take this cover plate off, in fact, maybe I'll just take it off since we're talking about this right now. Let's take this off and see. I'll have to, if I decide I can slide that, I'll have to keep that in mind when I put the dimmer in. I just kind of tap on that, and it looks like, see, it's painted over there. It looks like I've got just a little bit of room to where I can slide that. And what I would do for something like that, see, I have to make sure that I can slide all this stuff over, and I'm pretty sure I can. See if I slide this over and hold it. Push that one over. And there's a little slot right there where the screw is. And if the box isn't perfectly level and plumb, you know, I might not be able to, I might have to make different adjustments on each one. And see, whoever cut the sheetrock didn't do a very good job, did they? There's a big gap there, and that's why we would want to have everything slid over as best we could, and then we might be able to cover that. It's just for kicks. See? That covers that a little bit, a lot better actually than it was before. I can see just a very faint line over here, but it looks way better doing that than leaving it, okay? So there's a tip for you when you're looking at your cover plates on the wall. Can you move them one way or another? Well, check it out. But before you do, on any of them, you don't want any power on here. Make sure you turn the power off at your electrical breaker before just doing this, because you might reach in there with a screwdriver. If you had a screwdriver, you want to kind of move this over and you hit a screw back there, or some metal and a screw at the same time, or a wire, maybe there's a wire nut back in there, anything like that, you could shock yourself. Okay, so things to remember, and start thinking about doing certain things around the house on your own to save money and make your place look good. Well, now that I don't have to install this dimmer, what is my next project going to be? Well, you're in luck, because I didn't get to install this dimmer, and I had two dimmer switches. I was going to put that one there. I've got one in this closet right here that I was going to put up. Here's the dimmer that I got all ready for that. It's a mushroom-shaped light, and I was going to put a dimmer on that. And if you want to see that, stick around and keep watching my videos.